Hey guys, what's up? We are in the fifth game that we have for today, November 23, 2025. This is Pasay Baller, and this is an Eastern Conference matchup between the Brooklyn Nets with a record of 3 wins and 12 losses, going up against Toronto Raptors, displaying a record of 11 wins and 5. The game will actually be at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Times. That's going to be 7 o'clock a.m. here in Manila. And I'm inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. By the way, the spread that is given here is minus 12.5. That's given towards Toronto. Toronto Raptors would have the home court advantage on this. In terms of fatigue, well, both teams are coming off rest, so we can just skip that part. In terms of momentum, wow, man, both teams are coming off wins, but we have to actually look at Toronto Raptors because approaching this game, they are at number 2 in the Eastern Conference with 11 wins. And not only that, approaching this game, they are on a 6-game winning streak. All right, well, Brooklyn Nets, they are coming off that huge win against Boston Celtics, but Toronto Raptors should have the advantage in terms of momentum. Now, in terms of health and availability, let's go ahead and take a look. Starting with the Brooklyn Nets, Nick Claxton and Igor Jomin, they are both listed as probable for this game, and there are 3 players who are still out: Highsmith, Saraf, and Cam Thomas. Now for Toronto Raptors, their main big, Jacob Pertl, is actually out for this game. While one of their youngsters, one of their rookies, CMB Colin Murray Boyles, is actually listed as game time decision. That's what we can see there. Toronto Raptors, they also have the advantage in terms of health and availability. Alright, now before we proceed, I'm inviting everyone, for those who are interested to avail our premium picks or best picks, you can just actually reach us through Messenger, Viber, Telegram, WhatsApp. Just check out the information that we have below, and we're actually giving away huge discounts for this November, and the subscription for those best picks would actually be for the entire season, including playoffs and finals. All right, so let's get back into the game. Minus 12.5 spread for Toronto Raptors. Well, Toronto Raptors, man, they're actually one of the hottest teams right now in the league. Again, they are number 2 in the Eastern Conference, and it's not like they are being talked upon by lots of people. People kept on talking about OKC. But Toronto Raptors, they are being overlooked. But again, silently, they are doing great. Number 2 in the Eastern Conference with a 6-game winning streak. Man, they are doing good. Now, what's keeping and what's giving Toronto Raptors this huge success is their offense. They have lots of skills in their lineup, especially on their starting 5. Man, that those starting 5 can actually give them like 90, 100 points in a good day. Now for Brooklyn Nets, I know they're one of the weaker teams if we take a look, but lately they have been doing better than how they were doing in their first 10 games. We have to admit that, right? MPJ, Michael Porter Jr., is actually having a great time showing his repertoire with his offense. Nick Claxton is actually starting to show that he's actually one of the best bigs that we have in the NBA. Igor Jomin, one of their rookies, is starting to get more comfortable in the league. He is not really dominating, but again, he is starting to look comfortable, and he is getting more efficient, and he is getting better. I know Toronto Raptors would have a win in this, especially that they are at home, but the 12.5 is something that I think Brooklyn Nets may cover. Remember, this is not the first time that they would actually meet for this particular season. The last time they actually met was November 12, if I'm not mistaken, and Toronto Raptors defeated Brooklyn by 10 points. And now Brooklyn Nets is actually looking a bit better. I feel like 12.5 is something that they can cover. So our pick would be Brooklyn Nets plus 12.5, another good game from MPJ. Peace out, Pasay Love, and God bless.